Well, Georgia, if there ever was a mathematical half chance you might have got through, that's put paid to it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think nice to sort of at least go down with putting in a little bit of a fight, which we probably lacked a little bit in the last game, but I think we should let them get 20 too many, if I'm honest. We executed at key times with the ball. I think we were clear today on our plans and what we needed to do, but yeah, I really think we let them get 20 too many, and I think they were 60 for 6 at one point, so pretty disappointed to see them get to that total.
Yeah, it was 76 for 6 at one stage. I mean, it didn't even look as though they're going to bat the whole overs at one stage.
Yeah, I think when you have teams like that in T20 cricket, especially on that surface as well, it wasn't an awful track by any means, but it did offer a bit if we put the ball in the right places, and I think that's where, frustratingly, we lost our way in that back 10. Probably went to slow ball slightly too much when it was actually offering a little bit with pace on the ball. But yeah, when you bowl at Laura Harris and you misexecute, you pay the price. I certainly learned that. But yeah, I think that the team are pretty happy that we've gone down, at least fighting and trying to get over the line. But it was a tough ask at the end there.
Yeah, 17 off the last over and 44 off the last 4. Did you sort of walking off then? Did you think that might just be too many?
Yeah, I think so. With the boundaries, obviously, there was one quite big side, so you knew it would be pretty tough to clear it. And I thought they actually bowled excellently. They took a lot of pace off the ball, but still bowled full, which meant that it was hard to sort of get under the ball or generate the pace to clear the ropes. So we knew we had to run a lot of twos, and when you need to go at least above 10 and over, and it's hard to clear the ropes, it's going to be a tough ask.
A half century from Elise Perry sort of got you underway pretty quickly, along with Rihanna Southby.
Yeah, I mean, Pez showed her class today, and it was nice to see her upon at show for the home fans. We absolutely love playing here, so we hate being on this end of the result, really, because it doesn't often happen here, but it was nice to see her sort of show what she can do and bat at such a brilliant tempo, hit the ball all around the ground. It looks so effortless, and, Ree's been asked to open, losing Ella McCacken. I thought she's done a fantastic job. They cut on some great opening stands and key partnerships for us, but we've just lacked those partnerships through the middle.
You were there towards the end, 32 not out, but the rate just kept going up, didn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking I'd swing harder and harder, please clear the ropes. But no, I think the rate just goes up, and then when you do lack again, like when you lack that partnership, and it wasn't an easy wicket to start on, and I think that's where, in those moments, identifying as a group, if people get themselves in, you've got to try and capitalise on that, because it was pretty tough for the batters coming in sort of 5, 6, 7, 8 to try and hit and ball strike from ball one and find boundaries was tough today. So I think that's the lesson learned.
You've still got one game left though in this tournament. If you had to sum up the tournament as a team, how would you sum it up?
Roller coaster. I think we've played some fantastic cricket. We've been what I am hugely impressed is sort of younger players have had to step up into quite key roles. We've struggled with injury a little bit, and England players obviously dipping in and out, and I think it feels very familiar to where we were at actually with the Southern Vipers 4 or 5 years ago. Our England players are really well suited to the T20 format, and I think we have such a strong domestic group of players, but arguably probably a little bit stronger at 50 over cricket. So I think we'll have to go away and work really hard in the winter at our T20 game plans. And we've done it before. We did it 4 or 5 years ago, and we came fighting back, and we're going to have to do it again. But I think it's been a really good learning curve for where we're at as a team. But, equally pleased to see some people go on and excel. Daisy Gibbs been an absolute superstar in the power play. I think one of the most economical bowlers. Avi Norgrove's shown what she can do and worked her way up the order. And, Rihanna's sort of stepping up into that senior role. So you can't ask much more.
Your batting lineup has changed since the start. You had Ella McCacken and Maya Boucher giving you great starts more often than not. Yes, you've lost the England players, but how much of a loss is Ella, and where is she at with her injury? Because even coming into this game, having not played the last 7, she's still the 3rd highest run scorer in the tournament. Yeah,
Ella was on, ridiculous form. Can't take that away from her, and, batter of the tournament had she probably played the whole thing. So losing her was a massive blow. And even for her, I know it's been really challenging because it's sort of her first experience of a proper injury, really, and having to miss games of cricket. And, she got selected for the A stuff. We were all gutted for her because you could see the impact it's had on her. But equally, I can't fault her mindset. She's taking it day by day, focusing on the small goals to get back to playing cricket. And, you know, her drive to keep growing as a cricketer is hugely exciting. And to see her step up and do what she's done this season, even in 50 over cricket, has been really special. And, you know, I think having seen her journey since she was about 11 years old, I sort of feel like a bit of a proud older sibling. I'm not going to say parent. But yeah, so yeah, it's been a blow. But equally, I think, look, Freya Kemp, she's an England superstar, but you forget how young she is. She's 20 years of age, and she's gone out there and, you know, put 3 big scores on the board, and, you know, hits the ball harder than anyone I know. So, you know, chuffed to see her. She's batting at number 3, and she's not had much exposure to doing that role before. And albeit I know she'll be tough on herself because she has high expectations with her consistency, she's still put in 3 significant match-winning knocks for us. So, yeah, it's been exciting. We've had glimpses of some really, really good cricket to take away, but we haven't been able to tie all disciplines together.
Well, I mean, just finally, though, on Ella McGacken, I mean, are you expecting her back before the 100?
Do you know what? I genuinely don't know. I think they're quite keen, and I think Ella's been quite keen to take away a real end goal from that expectation and managing her own expectations before. Knowing Ella, she would have played 2 weeks ago, had sports science and medicine not intervened, and probably would have ripped a hamstring off. So, yeah, I think she will, you know, we want her back, and she'll certainly want some cricket before going into the 100, for sure. So we're pushing, but we've got to be sensible. I think where she's got her tear, it's in quite a nasty spot. So albeit she's actually not in too much pain, and she feels ready to go, they're just, you know, looking out for her welfare as an individual, because if she does any more damage, it could be quite significant. So, yeah, we keep just telling her that she's got to be a little bit selfish on this one, because, you know, the 100 will be such an exciting gig for her, and hopefully we can get her a little run out in one of the 50s.